8:05. Welcome to the Saturday Sports Show, and a real pleasure to talk football. Starting off with Gary Bauer from Lakes United. G'day, Gary. How are you, mate?
I'm good, Shane. How are you?
I'm very good, mate. You're playing not a bad team, huh?
Yeah, well, not bad. We've got a few good players in there. We're doing okay.
Yeah, was it 2 years undefeated, I think, although the last couple of weeks it's been a couple of close calls for you.
Yes. 3 weeks ago, I think the Queenstown Youth gave us a very good game, and then Cromwell 2 weeks ago was end-to-end. I think we ended up winning it 6-5. Then last week was a really good game as well against the Choros. But yeah, last game of the season today against the Falcons, and if we win that one, that's 2 seasons back-to-back unbeaten. Yeah,
well, it's only the end of the first round, mate. You've got another round to go yet, but You've already won the first round fairly comfortably as well. But how is it? Are you guys getting a little complacent, or you think people, other teams are warming to you and trying to work you out?
I don't think we're getting complacent. I think the teams we're playing are just playing well. I think the standard this year has actually been higher than last year. But yeah, we've done well. And yeah, no, the last 2 weeks the teams have just played well against us, and we've done well to get in and get the win.
Yeah, you've got a very good side. Used to banging in a whole heap of goals, that is for sure. 6-5, what an interesting result that was against Cromwell. You weren't expecting that, were you?
No. A few of our players just weren't at the races. Curtis and Pete in midfield are absolutely dreadful. Yeah, just couldn't kick their backside. So, yeah, wasn't the best.
That sounds like it was a bit of fun. Who have you got today?
We've got the Falcons.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that's right. You said that before. That's going to be a real toughie.
It's always a feisty affair. It's okay. We've got some boys back, so we can get Pete and Bertie out the side. So should be okay.
Yeah. Well, I guess the pressure comes on to remain undefeated, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, we lost in the semi-final last year of the Cup, which wasn't the best. We wanted to go undefeated last year. We didn't, so yeah, that's the challenge this year, to keep going the final remaining 7 games or whatever there is.
Yeah, well, I think there's 5 games in the next round, and then the Cup, so that could be another 3 games for you. So it's a nice extended season. Good to know, because previously the guys have wanted to have a truncated season so they could all go skiing, but it seems to be people want to focus on football now, which is really good.
Yeah, that's good. We've actually kept our team together a lot better than we usually do. Usually it gets to this part of the season, it gets cold, and a lot of the boys end up disappearing and threadbare. But no, we've been managing to have a strong squad each week.
It's nice, mate. You were telling me off air you're from Glasgow and not too far. Well, born and bred not too far from the worst part of Glasgow, as we know it, the Gorbals. I've read some fairly interesting stories about the Gorbals, and there's an Australasian musician, or he calls himself an Aussie these days, Jimmy Barnes. He's raised in and around there, and harrowing stories of growing up there, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm from the east end of Glasgow. I think it's came probably a long way. I'm not sure what age Jimmy Barnes is, but it's probably came a long way from those days. It came a long way from the 1950s shipbuilding era, and it's quite a nice metropolitan city now, as much as probably all the boys listening in will say I'm talking rubbish.
Yeah, because I heard that it's quite recent, maybe in the last decade or so, it's become one of the art places of Europe, hasn't it?
Yeah, one European city of culture. It's won it a couple of times, I think. I'll do my bit for the Glasgow Tourism Board now and tell everyone listening that they should go to Glasgow. Beautiful city.
A beautiful city. But you're not there.
No, I'm in a not bad spot, Queenstown.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? So what brought you to New Zealand and to Queenstown, Gary?
About 8 years ago now, I came for a 6-month snowboarding holiday, the usual story, and I got trapped here, so that's me got my permanent residency and Queenstown to stay.
Oh yeah, it's a good spot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
It's so what did you snowboard in Scotland? Were you going to Europe all the time?
No, I'd actually never snowboarded before. My friend he was an avid skier, and I was living in Asia at the time, and he said, I'm coming to New Zealand, why don't you come and join me? And we'll go for a bit of snowboarding. So yeah, it was my first time doing it here.
Yeah, well, it couldn't be better, really, could it? And it looks like it's going to be a fantastic season.
Yeah, hope so. I'm actually looking at the Remarkables right now, and it's teamed down overnight, as much as it's overcast at the moment, but you can see the snow is quite low.
Yeah, nice, mate. And because of the cold weather during the week, the ground's frozen up, so it's going to be a long season, apparently. Are you playing at Jacks Point today?
I think we are, yeah. 2:45 kickoff. I think it's Jacks.
Yeah, against Falcons. Well, I know the guy who's refereeing you, Ed, speaks Portuguese, so that's kind of good.
Oh, yeah, that will help as well. Yeah, well, I'm surprised Brian Howie doesn't speak Portuguese.
Yeah.
Probably better than his English.
Well, it's been another good season for you guys, and we look forward to the next round. The next round's going to be extra tough, of course. Top 6 and bottom 6, and you guys will be looking to go through that with a clean sweep as well. Although you found out in the last 3 weeks it's getting a little bit closer, isn't it? Which is good for the competition.
Yeah, I'm surprised. We wanted GLTU to finish in the top 6. They took a few of the boys that weren't in our first team last year. A few of the Prince players, they created their own team in GLTU, and we wanted them to come top 6, but I think they finished bottom or something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah,
they were a little disappointing, weren't they? Because they gave you guys a bit of a run in the first game. I think they missed 2 penalties or something, and could have been up at half time, and I think you beat them 4-1.
Yeah, a couple of the boys that left us last year to create that team have already been on the phone wanting to come back to us, so a little bit disappointing.
Well, let's hope they don't disband after one season.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, it's good. Hey, Gary, really appreciate your time, mate. Thanks for that, and go well today.
You're welcome. Thank you, and thank you for sponsoring the league. We need a sponsor or it wouldn't happen, so it's much appreciated.
Yeah, it's all good, mate. We love doing that.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Cheers, Gary.
Bye.
Gary Bauer, who's from Lakes United, who's the glamour team, really, of the Radio Central CO Football League.